Welcome to Statesmen, the podcast that explores all 50 states with our 5 senses. If you've come here for history, we'll give you some, but most of this is half-baked opinion that is never intended to harm or offend anyone. Today, we paint a picture of holiday cheer and all of the things that chill us, including pain and fear. In the Great 50, the sun sets early, making the nights as long as 2 Todd Gurleys. And it gets this statesman worried. Thinking of all that cold, Jack Frost's creeping hand is eerily bold. The Earth's axis is on a treacherous angle, turbulently tossing sad people to a terrible tangle. And isn't it something our planet throws us asunder? This is a sleigh ride through the cosmos. We brave storms and thunders. We brave the nothingness dragged along by our galactic center. And isn't that the ticket to the holidays we enter? To kick back as the world throws us around this route. Every kind, creed, belief casts away the same doubt. We can share in the fact that we're all terribly lonely and make this rock feel a little bit more homey. So let us celebrate this holiday cheer the only way we know how, with cheap liquor and beer.
Here come them Statesmen boys again.
Anthony, are you awake?
Santa, is that you?
No, it's me, Tim. It's your elder statesman, Tim Ferrari.
Oh, hey, Tim.
Hey, junior statesman Anthony, what? It's Christmas morning.
Oh, I know. I had my alarm set for 8 a.m.
I really hope Santa makes an appearance today.
I hope so, too. But, you don't have to whisper. It's just me in here.
Okay, yeah.
But
Sorry.
I was having this really disturbing dream where there were all these, slant rhymes and something about Todd Gurley from the L.A. Rams.
Yeah? That's really weird, because I was dreaming that.
Oh, strange. Wow. Were we having the same dream?
I don't know, it might just be the spirit of the holidays.
Well, happy holidays to you. And,
Happy holidays
good Christmas
to you.
morn.
Oh, well, good morning, Anthony.
Well, we're getting in the smell segment a little early. You smell like fresh cinnamon rolls.
That's just the house, silly.
Oh.
It always smells
Oh,
like cinnamon
you.
rolls in our house.
Oh.
Well, maybe we should spread this holiday cheer a little bit more.
Yeah, I wish Stu could be here.
I wish Stu could be here too, but he's traveling. He's a busy boy. What was that?
I don't know. Well, if Stu can't be here, is it okay if I have a friend over?
I mean, yeah, it's okay if you have a friend over. Are they here now?
Yeah, he's under my bed.
Well, wait, I know this guy. This is a Chicago improviser and one of our really, really good friends, Joe Cariola.
Hey guys,
Joe, what are you doing underneath Anthony's bed?
I just get really nervous at Christmas time.
Well, welcome to the show, Joe.
Thanks.
We've been looking forward to having you on for a long time. It's just crazy. What was that?
What was that?
Whoa.
I think that's coming from the roof.
The roof.
You guys don't think?
No way.
No way.
He's not real.
Okay, good.
Quick, run downstairs.
The chimney is full of snow. And look, those footprints. They're leading the snow to the tree. Oh my god.
Someone took a bite of the cookies.
And the carrot. It's still got, moisture on it?
There's a weird shadowy figure in the chimney case.
Whoa! What are you kids doing awake?
Santa!
Oh boy, you can. Yep, it's me.
Santa, what are you doing in our house?
I was just delivering your many presents.
Whoa!
I know you've all been so good this year, especially you, Joe.
Thanks, Santa.
No problem.
Well, Santa, I mean, we do a weekly podcast, and well, we were just about to get
A
started.
weekly what?
Oh, you don't get it up in the North Pole, but what a podcast is, it's kind of like an audiobook.
Cool.
Well, we wanted to have you on the show because, you sound like such an interesting guy.
Yeah, I've got quite a hit. Are you guys cool with me just hanging out?
Yeah, come on down, Santa.
Cool, yeah. Well, let me take off my boots.
Those are pretty big.
Yeah, so I'm a size 13, if you know what I mean.
Must be pretty hard to find shoes.
Yeah, well, Mrs. Claus makes a lot of my clothing.
There's no like elves who do that.
Elves to make my clothes?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Maybe you
I
could
should
just
have.
maybe you could just go shop like a normal adult person.
Hey, what the?
Do you guys
What
get?
is this? Hold on a minute. Why are you attacking me?
Well, I'm just saying, why should
Little
it be someone
Anthony
else's job to
Rossi
clothe
of
you?
Saratoga, New York. You
Yeah.
think I don't know who you are?
Listen, man, 24 years no coal. I'm not going to start now, but I'm going to call you out on your bullshit. This is a rare opportunity.
You're lucky that you're such a good boy, or else I'd punish you something fierce.
Santa, I have a question for you. What's like, you travel all over the world, right? Like,
Sure.
And we do a podcast on all the 50 U.S. states. So I'm wondering, what's your favorite?
Oh, my favorite state?
Yeah.
Probably the state of sleep I'm in after delivering all these presents.
Santa.
Santa.
A big day, guys. I got one big day a year, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, you do it the best.
No, but if I'm being real with you, I grew up in Nevada.
Well, that's great. So we've got a really...
Whereabouts?
Where in Nevada? Just outside of Reno, a small suburb called Wopak. I mean, it's getting bigger, and now gentrification's sort of moving people out of there. But it was a good place to grow up for a kid like me.
Speaking of a woe pack, that's a whoa pack of presents you got there, Sid.
Oh, you must be talking about my bag. Yes. Deep in here, I have presents for every girl, boy, and no matter what. I've got presents for everybody on the earth, and yours as well.
Wait, Santa, I don't see any presents underneath our tree. Does that mean you have all of our presents?
Well, let me open my bag and see.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, well, what's this? I think my first present might be for young Timothy.
For me?
That's right. I brought you a sixer of tall boys.
Oh, Schlafly Hoppy Wheat Ale.
Whoa.
Can you tell us about this beer, Tim?
Wait. It's like 6:50 a.m.
Yeah.
What about it, Anthony?
What?
It's
I'm sorry. I
Christmas.
didn't know you guys. Is he your brother and he's a narc?
No, but like,
Are you cool?
it's a little early, right? Like, maybe we should wait till like.
Yeah, a little early here, but I was just in Japan, Osaka, delivering presents.
Come on, let's just spread the holiday cheer,
All
Anthony.
right, fine.
Let's
Fine.
Get...
I'm not a party pooper, okay?
That's what I thought, good boy.
All right, well, Santa seems to have pulled open his bag and has gotten me a Schlafly Hoppy Wheat beer, which coincidentally is a brewery from where I'm from in St. Louis.
I had a feeling. Could you tell us a little bit about the brewery?
Well, I can't really tell you a lot about the brewery, but I can tell you that it's in St. Louis, Missouri, and it's got a great interior bar and restaurant.
Hey, you know what? What's your podcast about? Could we maybe do the podcast about what I brought you for Christmas?
Oh yeah. Well, I guess we can apply the formula that we use. Applying the 5 senses to this beer, and I guess all of your presents that you have lined up for us.
Sure, I've got presents for everyone here.
All right. Well, I mean, are you down with that, Anthony?
Yeah, I mean, are they all similarly themed? Because
I mean,
I was hoping for like a skateboard.
yeah, I saw you send that letter. I'm not gonna lie to you. The only thing in this bag is liquor.
Oh, okay.
Joe,
I just thought
you look nervous.
I thought I was gonna get the Switch this Christmas, Santa.
Yeah, you were almost good enough for it too, but instead I brought you a big bottle of dirty liquor.
That's cool too.
We'll get there.
All right.
All right. Well, let's jump right into this
Yeah,
thing.
fuck it. Let's do it.
Yeah. So we're gonna break these liquors down into the 5 senses as we normally do with our states on our regular show. But this is a holiday show. We're gonna mix it up a little bit for you. So in front of me, I've got a Schlafly, and I've said this for the 3rd time now, a Schlafly Hoppy Wheat ale, and it's from the Schlafly Brewery in St. Louis, Missouri, which is a fantastic brewery and a fantastic restaurant. Joe, you got one right over there too. So can you tell me what this bad boy looks like?
Yeah. Well, it's a tall boy can. It's got this beautiful, beautiful green color.
Green like a Christmas tree.
Not quite Christmas green. I would say it's like
Prairie green.
fall green. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
We got some beautiful, beautiful font on it. Bold, but not not grabbing the attention away from you.
Love that.
Thanks, Santa. I mean, this is a really, really well-designed, crafted gift.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I saw it on the shelf. Or I mean, it was made by an elf.
Okay.
I do want to say about this can, that font does stick out to me. Maybe I'll try to locate it for a future PowerPoint presentation. But there are also a lot of lines on here that might be symbolic of like sweeping fields.
Sure, I can see that.
I see it.
I don't know. It is a can, so I mean, I guess the next thing that we do with this thing and breaking the beer down with the 5 senses is to smell it. So let's crack this bad boy open and let's see what's going on.
I saw Joe took a big smell of the outside of the can.
It's not as metallic as I would have assumed.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Well, they definitely get the hoppiness in there. It's definitely like some kind of. It's definitely a pale.
Ooh, yeah. This smells like a beer that my dad would drink at a baseball game.
Oh, you've got a dad?
I mean, I had a dad.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Mr. Claus.
All right, yeah. You can call me Santa though.
Okay, well, yeah, that's cool. What was your dad's name?
My dad's name was Chef.
Okay.
Chef Claus.
Well, this smells like the two things that are listed on the can. It's called Hoppy Wheat Ale, and it smells like hops and wheat.
Yeah.
I'm not too big into hops. I don't know about you guys. It's a little strong.
Yeah.
Like it's something very like I don't know if it's like tartness or what's the sensation that you would associate with hops?
I always get like a back of the throat, like it's a really strong smell, and it's like overpowering. It like overpowers everything in a very flat way almost.
Joseph, is this smell reminding you of anything?
Yeah, the smell is really reminding me of like kind of like a back porch cookout.
Yeah, I can see that with your buds. You have any
Yeah.
buds up there, Santa?
In the North Pole?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one friend named Thomas. He's a cool guy. He's a software engineer.
All the way up in the North Pole.
No, he works from home. He's from Albany, I think.
You guys
Originally.
Oh wow.
WeChat.
We chat. Look, tonight's not about us or me, It's about you guys specifically. So let's can we drink this beer? I'm shaking. I want to drink it so bad.
Yeah, let's dive in.
Yeah, let's dive right into it, I suppose.
Cheers.
Cheers to the
Happy holidays.
holiday
holidays.
spirit. Oh, that's not too bad.
It's not quite as hoppy as I would have anticipated. based on the
Lemony.
smell.
Jesus Christ,
or
Anthony
apples.
drowned half that beer.
How you doing, Anthony?
That was really, really good.
It was light.
Yeah.
Surprisingly light.
Very surprisingly light. Usually, like with weedy beers, it kind of hits you with that tummy bubble right away. It's a little heavier,
Sure.
almost like eating a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Oh,
It didn't taste like the Old Testament, and I was kind of expecting it to.
You thought it would taste like an old book?
That's right, Santa.
Haven't read the Bible myself.
Yeah, that reads.
I'm a saint and all.
Yeah, that certainly reads that you don't read at all.
Can I ask you guys, have you ever... My situation's a little different, so I'll phrase it in your human terms. Have you ever had a hoppy beer before you get on a flight?
No.
Oh, Tim?
No.
Joe?
That's enough for me.
Oh, sometimes I'll have a hoppy beer before I get on my sleigh and I find myself burping at altitude, and that's a yucky no-no.
Yeah. I know a lot of people like to drink before flights, but I just don't want to break the seal on a flight and have to like stumble. Obviously, there's a wide area to cover between like having a couple pre-flight cocktails and like getting hammered for a plane. And I've seen people kind of go both ways with it.
It sounds like though, Santa, that you're not getting drunk for a flight, but you're getting drunk to fly. And
Well, I have to get drunk anytime I'm in the air. It scares me to half to death.
Santa, I'm just a little bit worried you being under the influence of anything while you're,
What, driving a sleigh?
yeah, driving those reindeer.
Yeah, I've heard this before, and it's not something obviously I want to talk about on a recorded medium.
Look,
but...
Santa, we the kids of the United States are fucking worried about you.
And you know what? And I'll fix my problems when I get time for it. When I'm not making all you little snot-nosed assholes presents.
Look,
You have all year.
yeah.
Oh, wow. So suddenly, Meek Joe stands up to me. I'll slap you down, boy.
You've
call
got all
our-
year, old man.
Don't call my friend meek.
He's tiny. He's tiny as an elf.
We are the youth of the nation, and we will be heard.
You've got 2019 to sober up, Santa.
You can't hear this, but all of our fists are raised to the sky right now.
It's terrifying in its unity.
I think you mean powerful, Santa.
I'll sit down.
All right. Well, I guess in the spirit of Christmas and for Santa's sake, we just have to chug the rest of this thing. What do you guys think?
All right, I gotta chug in early, but I'll take the rest of it down if you gues are up for the challenge.
This is going to be a lot of dead air. I don't know anything about podcasts, but I think 4 guys chugging tall boys is going to be a lot of dead air.
Well, why don't?
Well, I guess we'll just cut right through it. Maybe we'll do like a be right back kind of a thing.
All right, that'd be cool, but...
All right, we'll be right back. We're going to chug this beer really quick.
No reason to cut. I'm done.
Oh my god, I'm like halfway through. This is so hard.
Yes, Santa's only about halfway through with his. Not a big beer man myself.
Not a big chugging beer either.
And
not
this is
something
a
that you can
heavy
suck down.
beer to be chugging very quickly.
This is certainly not meant to be chugged.
Oh yeah, it's sitting strong in my belly right
It's
now.
much more Old Testament-y now that I've chugged it.
Yeah, when you put a lot of it in your belly, it like really sits down there like the Dead Sea.
Right.
Ooh, okay.
I like this beer though. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's a delicious
Agreed,
beer,
yes.
and I'd love to sip on it, but boy, yeah, quick consumption.
But you've got no time, Santa?
Okay, Joe, stop attacking me. All right, I brought you presents. God damn it!
All right, so I guess for the audio segment for this one, and I'm gonna burp a lot. We're gonna Santa. You know the States a lot, so you've got to know like
Sure.
what people sound like all around the world.
Yeah, I mean, I do my best. Obviously, people are normally asleep when I'm in their houses, but I do hear them talking, about their nightmares or dreams or whatnot. So I have a pretty good hold on accents. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I do. That's exactly what I mean. So like maybe we can just get into the spirit of Christmas here and spirit of the holiday by doing a little bit of a St. Louis accent if you know what that sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely know it. Tim, would you want to start us out?
Sure. Let's see if I can get this one right. I know that we say quarter and farty instead of 40. It's kind of like it's a weird thing. So, hey, now I'm going down 44 to get over to I-62, and then I'm gonna, I love quarters. What about you, Santa?
Well, I have to.
Go on, follow it up.
Jeez.
It's like Southern.
Okay. Well, I guess what if I talk like, well, don't you come around here over to the arch. If you come to the arch, I'm going to have to beat you down heavy quarter style.
That's Cajun.
All
That's
right,
really
okay.
Louisiana.
All right. Again, Santa is trying his very best. I can't even be here this long. How long have we been here? I should be delivering presents.
We're about 20 minutes in.
Oh, jeez. All right. I got another hour.
Come on, you've got some time thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Joe, do an accent.
I ate about a quarter of a butter cake
Was that good?
on my 40th birthday.
Yep.
I'm Claire McCaskill.
You hit that one right on the head, Joe. That was a really good one. Anthony?
Thanks so much.
I'm heading down 44 way. Gonna go down the corner in Missouri.
Whoa.
I go to Missouri all the time. I like driving around down there.
That's pretty good.
That was pretty good, actually. Yeah, I was impressed by that.
Ooh.
I've got a big twinkle in my eye.
All right, well, you want to give this one more chug, and then we'll get on to the old touch segment?
All right, a big one. Here's to the holidays.
All right, here's the holidays.
Mine's done, so you can count on me to fill the air. What a great accent. What a fun one. Not one that you normally hear. I wish Tim had a stronger Missouri accent.
So do I, honestly.
Same.
I wish I had like more of an interesting voice, but I think all I have is about deep.
By the way, I just wanted to point out that you described the Missouri accent as Southern. Do you think Missouri's a Southern state?
Don't trap me into this, Santa.
What are you talking about? Trap you in? I've never had any opinions on this before, and I just want to know what you think.
Santa, what's Stu up to?
What's Stu up to right now?
Yeah.
Do you want me to look into my magic ball?
Yeah, I guess so.
I see him furiously masturbating.
That is totally up his alley.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
that's on brand.
That's pretty much on brand.
You know what he asked for Christmas?
What?
A bag of jelly.
That, oh, that is-
Petroleum or
No, strawberry jelly. He wants a big Ziploc bag of jelly.
That is also very on brand.
Well, maybe if you wouldn't mind if I just snag a couple pics of that ball there, we could upload those in place of the slideshow.
Oh, that's a great idea. Get over here. Take some pictures. Look at his penis. Jesus, look at that thing. Mangled and
there is
beaten.
something I've been meaning to ask you for a
Oh,
while.
okay. Hold on. Let me put my ball away. Ooh. What's up, Joe?
What exactly is the bathroom situation on the sleigh?
On the sleigh, there's a big hole. I'm sitting on a hole.
Santa, where does it go? I guess.
What do you mean, downwards, fool? Ever heard of Gravity? Not the movie.
Santa?
What?
I just feel that's a little unethical.
That's disgusting,
Unethical?
Santa.
No,
it's
not.
like the Dave Matthews tour bus situation.
Yeah, I remember when DMB dumped all their, BMs over that bridge. It was crazy, but I'm not doing that.
You're doing this on a global scale.
No, I'm taking one dump a night, all right? It's not like I'm shitting constantly.
Wait, who's that at the door?
What? Who is that?
Hey, I heard my name going. It's me, Dave Matthews.
Oh my
Dave!
Dave, I'm a huge fan.
Oh,
Dave,
boy.
how did you get our address?
Baby.
That's him, all right.
Dave, what are you doing here on
Close
Christmas morning?
Close
This
that
is
door. I don't want to
incredible.
talk to Dave Matthews.
All right, get out of here,
get
Dave.
I love you, Dave.
All right, well, after that crazy detour that Dave Matthews came into the studio.
He's still outside
He's
the
still
door.
outside.
Go away.
It's
All right.
Christmas.
Jesus, don't you hate it when people who are uninvited just hang out in your house?
Yeah.
Right, let's move on.
All right, so as always, we always wrap up each segment, each state with how the state has touched our hearts. But we're gonna apply this to the beer that we're drinking right now. So I'm gonna go around in the circle, starting with Anthony, then Joe, then Santa Claus, and we're gonna talk about how Schlafly has touched our hearts. Anthony?
This beer touched my heart because it was kind of an unexpected pleasantry. I don't know. It was really good. I'm usually not a fan of hoppy or weedy beers. This one struck a nice balance and really caused me to take pause and really enjoy both. I would drink this again for sure.
Joe.
I also think I would drink this again. This beer put me in touch with some childhood memories of sitting out on the porch, the pre problematic tiki torches blaring on the porch, listening to some tunes with my dad and just smelling on his beer.
I remember, if I remember correctly, last year you wrote me a letter for a
Okay,
big
Santa,
white
Santa,
polo.
Santa, please.
Oh, sorry, I'll keep that to myself.
Thank you.
All right, Santa, what do you think?
Oh, about the beer, it was delicious. I'd have it again anytime. It's a palatable wheat ale, and I'm a big fan. I will say, do you guys think it would be cool if I started going by Gus Van Zanta?
No.
No.
And
All
did
right.
you say Wheat Al? Like Wheat Al Yankovic? Who's that at the door?
Anyway, no, Weed
do
Al
not
is
let
not
him
Don't
in.
open the door.
Don't let him in.
All right, yeah, so it touched me. I like it. Tim, how do you feel?
I went to the Schlafly brewery once when I was 22, and
right.
it was a great it was a great experience. It's beautiful inside. It's got great beer. It's got a great interior, and it has great garlic aioli fries. If you guys are ever in St. Louis, please get some of that.
Am I crazy, or is an aioli just a mayo?
It's a mayo with a couple other ingredients in there, usually garlic and maybe a little lemon.
No one else is going to say it, but I will. You're crazy.
Oh, jeez.
All
Fuck
right.
you, Sam.
Oh,
All right. Well, let's hey Santa.
yeah.
So now that we're one beer in,
Yeah, feeling good, feeling fine.
I mean these guys haven't had their
Your
presents
guys,
yet.
are your guys' parents home?
No.
Cool.
I mean, they might be,
Anyway,
I don't know.
let's take out the next present. This one's for little Joseph.
Oh,
Let
Joe.
me get it out of the bag.
Thanks, Santa.
Scrunk, 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 scrunk.
All right. Any slower now?
Wow, look at this. It's a beautiful bottle of Jepson's Malort liqueur.
Oh, Santa.
God damn it.
Whoa.
Thank you so much, Santa.
It's just what you wanted, wasn't it?
Well, I established I wanted a Switch, but
Yeah, I know, but again, I'm not in charge of that
I know,
stuff,
I know.
all right?
and that's fine.
It's hard.
This is nice of you.
Yeah, thanks.
This is a step in the right direction.
In the right direction. This is a leaping gate in the perfect direction.
Now, so Joe,
I'm furious.
this has a little bit of a reputation in Chicago, this Malort stuff.
It does. I actually fashion myself as somewhat of a Malort scholar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
You see, like, the story of Malort is really kind of the story of Chicago, if you will.
I will.
You will.
Yeah, go on.
You see, sometime in the early 1900s, a man named Carl Jepsen came to the city of Chicago.
Carly Rae Jepsen.
Oh my God, let me get on with the story, Santa.
Sorry, Santa's a little buzzed.
And you
Who's
see,
that?
this was a period. Bar the doors. Bar the doors.
Keep telling us.
This was during a period of migration of a lot of Swedes coming into Chicago, and a lot of them brought this traditional liqueur back with them. And Carl Jepsen really wanted to make his mark on Chicago and provide something that could bring Swedish history and culture to the city of Chicago. So in the early 1930s, he started producing Jepsen's Malort liqueur in the city. And actually, Malort dates back to the medieval times.
No.
It does, Santa.
My God, back then I was delivering present via catapult.
So is it like an ingredients thing or like a recipe thing?
Well, for a long time, they thought it had medicinal purposes.
ah,
So actually, it's been known to help upset stomachs and actually helps ease menstrual cramps.
Well, for
Malort.
me, sorry, it gives me an upset stomach.
yeah, me too.
Okay.
I've had this shit before, and it is some of the worst alcohol I've ever had.
Yeah, and believe
Okay.
it or not, I've actually known this to start my red tide.
Oh my God, Santa!
Jesus Christ, Santa.
Santa, what
Why
the
is this?
fuck?
So I'm sorry. Why is this so associated with Chicago? I even see a Chicago flag emblazoned
Yeah.
on the bottle.
You'll notice a Chicago flag, yet with only 3 of the 4 stars, because they started producing it before the Columbian Exposition. in
Wow.
33.
Interesting.
So
But during Prohibition, Malort was one of the only legalized liquors you could buy because it was believed to have medicinal purposes, and that's when it kind of became a big staple in Chicago.
A big hullabaloo.
Yeah.
okay,
This
well,
kid won't stop condescending to me.
all right. Well, Anthony, how about you grab that bottle and how about you describe what's on the front of there? Let's get a lay of what the sight of this bottle is.
okay, so we have a nice shield with 3 of the 4 stars of the Chicago flag, kind of a little makeshift Chicago flag there, with a crown over the top of that. And then we just have a very old-fashioned, almost, as you said, like harkening back to medieval times, scroll emblazoned with Jepsen's Malort liqueur, produced and bottled for Carl Jepsen Company in Chicago, USA. This is a 70 proof alcohol.
Whoa!
That's right.
Yikes!
That could start a fire anywhere.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It I don't know. Something about this, I just so associate the label with the taste of this that it's automatically negative for me.
Well, can I see the bottle? Doesn't it sort of look like an old piece of parchment unrolled?
Yeah, and it tastes like an old piece of parchment too. I mean, like it is
Yeah.
like a terribly strong flavor.
You know what's strange? If I remember correctly, both the label on this bottle and the taste of the alcohol remind me a lot of the Goonies.
Oh, okay. You've seen the Goonies.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of movies.
Huh.
Good
Seems
Will
like-
Hunting.
Seems like you have a lot of time.
What, up at the North Pole?
Yeah.
To see movies?
Maybe to get like Joe's present right.
Here's a question. Have you guys seen Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Let's stick on topic with Jepsen's Malort.
All right, so I'm gonna crack this bad boy open, and I'm gonna pass the bottle around, and we're all gonna stick our sniffers in there and just see how
Yum.
this shit smells. So mine's gonna go in here first. Here we go.
Oh, boy.
You know, honestly, the smell is not as bad as what it will taste like. It tastes more it smells more pepperminty than it does alcoholic.
I was gonna say it smells like a candy cane.
Yeah, it smells like it's definitely more mild than the taste is.
Certainly a surprise to me. What about you, Joe?
It is minty. It's for sure minty. It doesn't scream something that I'm gonna gag to, you know?
Yeah, which we will all eventually do.
I have a hard time with the smell because it just gives me bad memories and
Right.
kind of triggers me. I really hate Jepsen's Malort.
Well, just wait until we taste this bad boy. So we're done with that smell segment already, and now I'm pouring shots of this Malort into.
That's a generous shot.
Yeah, just a heads up. I brought my own Senior Frog's shot glass, And it's like two shots. It's huge. It's
When
too
did
much.
you have time to go to Senior Frog, Santa?
All right. So I guess I'm getting lambasted on this podcast about my free time. But last summer, I found time for me and Mrs. Claus and also my good boy Thomas to come on down to Senior Frog's Bahamas location. I believe it's. You're raising your eyebrows.
Yeah,
as
I'm
if you know-
familiar. I'm familiar.
Yeah, sure. So you
could
must.
fill me up all the way. You could fill me up all the way.
Yeah, I'm
Jesus.
trying to just do these like I don't know if this shot glass is a 1 shot or a 2 shot.
No, it's a lot. It's Senior Frogs Goes Moss, baby.
Yeah, so
Did you drive home that night on your sleigh?
No, I boated home.
Jesus.
We were on the island, remember?
Yeah, I remember Santa.
okay.
Okay.
So all these shots are poured in everybody's glasses. I'm
Yum.
already like pretty buzzed off of that first beer, and honestly, listeners, I'm super sorry for the rest of this episode that you have to listen to because it's going to be a little bit of a banger.
Tim, what are you talking about?
It's been going so clean so far, so
That's a good point.
I just like to say Santa just pulled out a bunch of beer nuts from his pocket.
All right, so what? I got a bunch of loose nuts in my pocket. You gonna fucking come on?
All right, well, let's put our glasses in the center here.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy
Yes,
holidays.
oh
okay.
god damn it.
Here we go.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus.
Oh, no chaser is strong enough. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I think I'm gonna throw up.
I feel like if you lit a match in this room right now.
Here, Tim, have
Oh
some
my
of this.
God.
Have some of this Mountain Dew Pitch Black.
Oh my god. I'm like shivering. That was terrible.
That's really
I would just
bad.
like for the listener, this is not a bit. There are Mountain Dew Pitch Blacks being dispersed throughout the room.
I mean,
Hell
it's,
yeah.
I got those on purpose because it's like a strong flavor. It's sugary.
All right.
Oh, Camden needs a shot. I'll do one with Camden so he's not drinking alone.
That'd be awesome. Oh,
God.
Santa feels bad.
That was horrible.
I thought I remembered how it was easy to take shooters of that, but that was way more Malort than I thought it was.
Pass that on over here.
Yeah, I
no
was
problem.
like, I was dribbling out of
Joe,
my mouth.
would you like
at
a
one
little
point.
more?
yeah, I'll do another one.
Okay.
Hey
All right,
guys,
it's
remember, I
Christmas.
still have other presents.
It's Christmas morn.
So, what do you guys think? Like, how does that represent Illinois, and like, what does that make you feel? You know?
Yeah. I guess I just it's something about the story of Malort that, you know, despite the putrid awful taste, just really gets to me. It's like one immigrant's dream to share something of home with us.
Yeah.
And
And I want to support that, but like, holy fuck.
I think I can soldier through the taste knowing Carl Jepsen's story.
Yeah, I guess so.
Camden, happy holidays.
Camden, cheers. Good luck out there. Camden,
happy
our
holidays
sound
again.
engineer, is taking a shot here. Oh my God, Joe, you're taking another shot? Jesus.
This kid fucking rules.
Yeah. Oh my God, Joe is recoiling. Anthony is just chugging a Mountain Dew pitch
It gets
black right
worse
now.
the more you do.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna go into this, and I thought Anthony was the narc kid, but turns out he's a damn party animal.
I thought
Oh,
the second
God.
time would be easier, and I was
It's
sadly
so
mistaken.
much worse. It's so much worse.
All right, so we kind of got into the touch segment already. Santa.
Well, okay.
Did I miss taste?
Yeah, I mean, we all just tasted it. Do we want to compare it to something? Make some fun similes?
It tastes like somebody ate a bunch of grapefruits and then threw up into
good
a
one.
puddle of gas.
You know
Yeah.
that the grapefruit taste is spot on. It's like they amped up the
Yeah.
bitterness of the grapefruit by
Right.
tenfold and then ruined the sweetness of a grapefruit.
I feel like if you were to make out with a Jiffy Lube, it would taste a little bit like Carl Jepsen's Malort.
That's fair. You know what? Honestly, I think maybe that if you had deep French kiss Carl Jepsen himself, it would taste a little bit like this.
Funny enough, while reading up about Carl Jepsen, I found out that he made his living. He owned a smoke shop.
No.
And so he smoked so many cigars that he lost his ability to taste.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
then.
no
That explains
shit.
What a
everything.
dumbass bitch.
So
And so he had to make this?
Malort was one of the few drinks he could actually taste.
What, this and ram's piss? It tastes terrible, Joe.
Wait, don't you know this guy, Santa?
Who, Carl Jepsen?
Yeah, you know Carl Jepsen.
I know Carly Rae Jepsen, and I know Carl Hepson.
Santa. You
Please.
let's
Huh?
get let's
Police?
let's buckle down on the lore here, Santa. You know, at Statesmen we don't like to get into
Yeah.
politics very much, but like let's get into your backstory here.
All right.
How the fuck old are you?
How the fuck old am I? Well, so Santa. A lot of people think that Santa is an undying single person, right? But in reality, it's much more like the Black Panther. It was in studios and theaters just this February. It's a mantle by which we replace ourselves. So I've been Santa for about, I don't know, 35 years now, 36 years.
Oh, okay.
So it's much like the Tim Allen situation in those films.
Yeah, so to become... Who's that at the door? See, to become Santa Claus, I had to hold down and drown the previous Santa. And so that let me take both his coat, pants, shoes, and sleigh. And, I've been delivering Christmas presents ever since.
So at this point, Santa is more of a title than anything.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to know my real name?
It's funny. I just before we get to that, it's
Huh?
knowing this information and knowing what I know. It's just interesting that they chose another white man.
Hold on. Whoa, hey, whoa. Just so you know, the Santa before me was an African-American gentleman.
Oh my God, guys!
What?
All
You
right,
have a
so
problem with
back
that?
to no, but the fact
I
this
thought
is
you
just
would.
this
I've
is
read the
insane.
naughty list.
All
I
right.
know what you've been doing.
Oh, chill out.
All right, let's get back on
you
track.
and Edward Helms.
Whoa,
Oh,
Santa,
okay.
you're not against Edward Helms.
I'm not
Santa-
against him, but it seems like most of the liberal world is.
All right, let's get back to
Yeah.
the task at hand here.
Okay.
So we've looked at the bottle, we've smelled what it smells like, we've tasted it. Now we gotta see what the state sounds like. So Joe, what's like an accent that Malort drinkers would sound like?
Well, Malort is associated with my home city of Chicago, Illinois. The thing I like to use to get into the Chicago accent is sausage.
Ah, sausage.
I'm a big white
Sausage.
Sox. I'm a white Sox guy. I like sausage. You say 1, 2, 3. You
One,
don't say
two,
3.
three.
I gotta have a
Gotcha.
1, 2, 3 battles of Malort in my back seat of my Honda Civic. That type of thing.
It's a pretty good one.
All right, Anthony, you want to give it a shot?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot there. I got 1, 2, 3. I got 1, 2, 3 shots of Malort in my system there, and I go there every once in a while there, and I like to watch the Bears play, especially when they're beating the L.A. Rams there.
These guys are damn natural.
pretty good.
Tim, can I try next?
Yeah, you can, Santa. Go ahead.
Boy, I'm so excited. All right. 1, 2, 3, take your hand and come with me. You look so fine that I really want to make you mine.
Is that a Jet song?
Huh?
I feel like you just spit on my city.
Sorry.
Jet?
Yeah, you guys like Jet?
All right, one. I'm about to do an Irish accent.
Do it.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. I got a couple of Malorts in my bag in the Honda Civic.
I don't understand
You know-
the idea behind the accent part of it.
Tim, Chicago has a huge Irish population, so your instincts are not wrong there.
Thank you, Joe.
Can
I
I
really
do a
appreciate that.
Polish accent?
By all means.
Well, maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
you shouldn't,
probably
Santa.
All right.
That was a trap, and I'm glad you didn't fall into it.
Smart boy, huh?
Oh, there.
All right, so
Gonna go. Keep going on there.
This sounds more
we
Fargo than
Gonna
anything.
record a podcast.
This sounds
Yeah.
very Minnesota.
Man, just,
Hey there, guys.
all right.
RG.
So
I
now
love the Coen brothers.
Hey, the Coen brothers there.
That's a movie I've seen.
All right, fine.
all right.
Full
so
focus.
Now
Let's
we
go.
now we've explored the accent. Let's talk about how Malort has unfortunately touched our hearts.
I can go through my touch real quick. It,
Sure,
it
we'll go with
touched
Stu.
me deep down, but in a bad way, in a way I don't want to be touched. So get it away from me.
All right,
The
Joe?
end.
I feel like Malort is the type of drink that, like, a scary uncle would drink. And so by drinking it, it makes me feel more of like a traditional man. I feel like when I look in the mirror later, naked, that I'm going to have a few more chest hairs.
What?
All right,
Santa,
Anthony.
stop looking at me.
You know,
Sorry.
this-
Wait, hold on. What time are you going to do that so I can look at it in my ball?
okay, Santa.
Sorry.
Thanks, Anthony.
I was going to say my first ever legal drink of alcohol was in the city of Chicago, and when I turned 21, my friends made me take a shot of Malort before getting anything else, and I almost threw up. It was my first experience with Malort. Sadly, not my last. We did a couple shots of it at my fantasy football draft. If Stu were here, he could remark on that.
Yeah, didn't he take like 7 of them to get a pretty terrible draft placement?
Yeah, I think so. And
Yeah.
it's gasoline. It's a novelty beverage. It's not to be consumed by humans. But it's a fun one to dare someone to drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on the same lines as that. It's definitely a novelty drink, something you dare somebody to do, or any enemy that you want to shame or just solidify your hatred for them. Make them drink like a couple shots of Malort and then bury them in an alleyway in the dumpster.
It's a punishment.
It's a punishment for sure.
It's a punisher.
Don't bring him up. Santa, you always bring him up.
Don't
What?
invoke his name.
Frank Castle is a good guy.
All right.
All right, well let's. Santa, you still got a couple more presents for us. I
Oh,
think.
yeah, that's right. Hold on.
Santa,
let me-
I think you need to take another shot of Malort.
That's a
right
good
now.
idea. Just give me a little pour there, and while I take that shot. Okay, hey,
Whoa.
chill the fuck out.
God.
Okay, this kid is a narc. I'll look in my bag, and then let's see. Shook, snook, snook.
Oh,
Funny,
okay.
funny. There's a switch in your bag, Santa.
Yeah, but that's not for you, dick.
You just get mean, Santa.
I sprained my ankle earlier.
Yeah, all right.
Santa's mean.
What did I bring you, Anthony? Here, take these bottles.
He brought me 2 bottles, which is strange because we're already going to be drinking a fair amount.
Yeah, well,
on
I
this.
brought you 1 bottle for you, and then 1 bottle for your twin who died in the womb that you absorbed.
All right, I never wanted to get into that on this podcast.
Sorry, he's still on the list.
That is why I'm so tall. I got, New York has a weird alcohol scene, and there isn't much actually made in New York, especially upstate New York, where I'm from, and this is something that I've heard my dad talk about, and he he told me about when all his friends were finally allowed to drink for the first time. It was usually around Rosh Hashanah, and I'm happy that we do get to bring a little bit of an element that's not like directly Christmas themed here. We have some kosher wine, some Mogan David Concord classic American wine. It is kosher for Passover or other uses, and it is made in Westfield, New York. So why don't we dive into this? Have any of you ever had Concord wine before?
No, never had Concord wine.
Not in my lifetime.
Okay, so I'll get to pouring this up and then we can dive into it.
No
Sure.
problem. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, go ahead and pour, and not to skip the site segment, but it is kind of like a typical bottle of wine. It's just kind of got a label on it that says what does it say on the front there? Mogden David.
Mogan David Concord.
So Mogan David Concord wine. We're going to be drinking that, and Anthony's pouring a nice generous amount.
Everybody gets a healthy cup. It's wine. We're
I'm
not doing
so
shots.
excited.
Are we just going to be putting that where the Malort was?
I don't have another cup.
Oh,
yeah, let's just
Plus,
get it over
Santa
with.
doesn't mind with a
Wow.
little pollution.
Timmy?
I don't have a glass here, so I guess I'll just pull from the bottle.
All right,
if you
go
don't
ahead.
mind.
Well, why don't you, in that case, start us off with the visual segment there? What do you think of that bottle?
Okay, so the bottle is Mogden David. It's got at the top a little crest with a series of grapes on there and some fluff. It says classic American wine Concord, kosher for Passover, alcohol 11% by volume. And on the back, it's very responsible. It says served chilled with your favorite mixer: club soda, lemon lime, soft drink, or ginger ale.
But we're going to be drinking it straight, right?
Yeah, I it's weird that it's a wine, a Concord wine you're supposed to like mix. I guess the fact that it's a Concord wine distinguishes it from being a regular wine.
So, what is the difference between a Concord and a regular wine?
It's the kind of grapes that it's made with. These are Concord grapes. When you bite into a Concord grape, it is not sweet and flavorful. It's got like a kind of sharp taste to it.
Oh,
Yeah, speaking of that, I just took a big whiff of this, and I guess I can move us into the smell segment. But boy, this has a bitter aroma.
Oh, you think bitter? I think it's very sweet. It's got like that Welch's grape juice kind of smell.
I guess I just associate that with a flavor overload. I have very sensitive tongue.
It screams class to me, but I feel like maybe our views of what that word means conflict. And
You're a little pig, and I'm gonna shave your head if you're not careful.
Now, I don't mean to ask, but like, what was the price on this bad boy?
That was really pretty cheap. I believe that one was actually like $5.99.
Whoa!
They're trying to give this stuff away.
looks can be deceiving. It
Yeah.
looks far classier.
It looks way classier than $5.
Well, I actually did go a little, Santa went a little heavy here and
Yep.
actually brought me 2 gifts, maybe
That's
because
right.
I'm America's big boy, but he did get me a bottle of Dr. Constantine Frank's 2017 Dry Riesling, which is a much nicer wine from the Finger Lakes. So once we get a hit of that Mogan David, we can wash it down with something that's actually drinkable and
Yeah.
representative of New York. What do you think of that? What do you think of that bottle? How does that stack up against the Mogan David?
far classier.
Yeah,
Far
it
classier.
looks gorgeous. That sort of black and white grape field on the front there looks. I mean, it's stunning. And I do want to say that, this is one of those gifts that you kind of give to someone so that you can give it right back to yourself. So Santa is going to be finishing that bottle tonight.
I think there's something, just by using the word doctor and having a little gold leaf on the word doctor, that just gives this wine a little more prestige than.
Wait, you want to read? You want to read the whole thing with doctor in context?
Yeah, what's that
there?
say?
Dr. Constantine Frank, or Frank, if you will.
Sure.
I will.
We have a nice little gold leaf over doctor, and it says, for 4 generations, the Frank family has produced wines of the highest quality in cursive, in the tradition of the legendary in cursive, Dr. Constantine Frank, father of vinifera
Vinifera Franks,
in the
yes.
eastern United States.
Naughty child, by the
Wow.
way.
Very interesting.
Okay, so let's start by taking a sip of that Mogan David.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
We already got the smell, right? It smells like just Concord grapes.
This one
Yeah.
smells like Concord grape. Should we take a sip of that one, or should we just dive in a?
Let's dive into the taste of this Mogden
Mogan,
David.
Yeah,
Mogan
and you know
David.
what? You know what? Just to move this podcast, that's what it's called, the podcast. I'll move this podcast along. You know what? Santa will just go ahead and take back the Dr. Constantine Frank wine for his own private consumption.
Oh,
Is that all right with everyone at the
I
table?
kind of wanted to taste
yeah.
that
Let's
one.
taste
Yeah,
that,
but-
Santa.
Ooh,
I'd
yeah,
also
why don't we
like
all
some-
take a vote and see if it's all right if Santa drinks it alone?
All right, it's all 3 in favor of drinking the wine amongst the group.
But
so,
to get there, we have to drink some Mogan David. So,
cheers to the Mogan David.
Cheers.
cheers
Let's
to
go.
Mogan David.
It goes down very smooth.
Ooh, that's a very smooth wine. It definitely tastes like an apple or a grape.
It's rich.
Yeah,
very
I know
rich.
exactly why they tell you to mix it. This wine is rich as hell. Put a tonic water in there. Have something break up that sweetness.
Right.
That's like grape juice.
Yeah.
seriously.
It's very grapey.
I mean, it is 11% alcohol though, so I mean you can
Damn.
get pretty fucked up on this.
Now
stuff.
I'll say, I mean, if that is your goal, but I will say that there is blackberry. There's a blackberry variant, and
Ooh.
my dad always told me to stay away from that one. It's not good apparently.
Yeah, when I was picking out presents for you, I almost went for it, but I know you pretty
Thank
well.
you, Santa.
No problem.
Now let's dive into that Dr. Constantine here. Santa, I noticed you didn't take much of a sip of that.
No, am I supposed to drink this whole? Okay,
yeah, drink
hold
that
on.
Mogan David.
Sorry, give me a second.
Yeah, I didn't have a glass, so I just kind of had a swig. So maybe I'll have a second swig here. Feel free to pour yourself some of that.
Allow me to finish this Mogan.
Anthony, if
It's
you want.
just that Anthony, you poured me, a sizable amount of wine. into
No,
it,
I don't
but-
think it was that much.
Okay.
And besides, you're what, following up that Malort? That was also a pretty shy portion.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm doing very well, and I can't wait to get behind the reins of an automobile
Oh
tonight.
my God, this Dr. Constantine smells very dry. That is dry as hell.
All right, I'm gonna stick my sniffer in here and let's see.
I feel there's gonna be a stark contrast. Yeah.
There is a stark contrast. That is a very dry smelling
Oh
wine.
boy, that's drier than
Don't say
Then-
don't
don't
say
then
anything
it's
about.
Don't you dare.
drier than It's
Just
drier.
just pass the
Just
bottle
stop
on.
while you're ahead, Santi.
Sorry, and a big shout out to Mrs. Claus as well for teaching me how to contain myself.
All right, so we're gonna be pouring this this Riesling grape wine, and I'm just gonna be
Joe, did
taking
you
it
get
from
some
the
I
bottle.
got some, yes, thank you.
All right, Timmy.
All right, bottle's passed to me. I'm gonna pour a little bit to Stewart here. I mean, Santa.
What did you call me?
Don't I want to put it? Yeah, I want to put it.
Yeah. No,
I really do wish Stu was here to enjoy this.
I
with
know.
us.
it would have
miss
been
Stewart.
so cool. I've always wanted to meet him and ask him about his belly.
Honestly, I'm.
What is it? Is it small? Is it big? What's the
He's,
deal
he's
with
really,
his body
he's really
shape?
sensitive about it, so just
What about how it looks?
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what he's really sensitive about?
What?
Apparently the size of his penis. If I can see anything in this
Man.
crystal ball.
The listeners weren't gonna know that, and the fact that you just whatever.
What, I blew him up? How many
Forget it.
listeners do you guys have? You don't have any in Australia, do you?
Just drink the goddamn wine.
All right,
Cheers.
Riesling.
Happy,
Cheers.
Happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
What happened to the energy of this room?
You fucked it up.
Me?
All right.
Santa?
I mean,
Whoa.
Oh, that's dry.
Yes.
that's dry.
You know, this might stir things up with my dad, but I much prefer the Mogan.
I'm gonna be.
As do I.
I'm gonna be honest. It might be the setting in which we're drinking this wine that the Mogden is a little bit more comforting because we just followed it up by smashing a Schlafly beer and
Right.
and by taking a Malort. But I feel like if I'm gonna be honest, drinking this Dr. Constantine Frank and eating some food would be a great combo.
Yeah, maybe
yeah,
some
agreed.
cheese. It's just so dry. You need to kind of break
Yeah.
that
Cheese?
flavor up.
What about a nice piece of whitefish?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't think the Mogan David is going to like. It's gonna get me fucked up on a night where I want to get fucked up.
Yeah.
It's not an. It's
But-
not a drink that I want to eat.
Sure.
with.
What
But
if-
a night
what-
that starts out with a hefty amount of red meat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Red meat. Okay, sure.
What, are you a red meat or a white meat guy?
I'm sort of a pescatarian these days, trying to keep the weight off.
All right. Well, Santa, you got one more
It's
present
not
for
working.
us.
Huh? Oh, you fucking little asshole! I
Wait,
swear
wait.
to God.
Why are we moving on? We didn't do audio or.
I'm honestly fucked up.
It's
guys.
Christmas morning. It's Christmas morning.
Yeah,
okay.
don't you remember?
Tim, why
It's
don't you do a shot of
Christmas
Malort
morning.
before getting into your New York accent?
I'm seriously not gonna do that.
Hold on, Anthony, could you maybe give us a little bit of a New York accent?
Oh, I think everyone who's ever seen me do improv or had a conversation with me knows that I
Right,
like to
right.
do a Brooklyn or New
Well,
York.
you know,
accent.
I've never done either. So surprise Santa.
Yeah, jump
Ho,
into
ho,
it.
ho.
Hey, what the fuck you talking about over here?
Whoa!
I don't want to fucking talk about this shit in the New York accent.
Oh,
what are you fucking
jeez.
talking to me about?
I think it feels like I'm talking to the Godfather.
Hey, I don't. Yeah, Godfather, what? What are you talking about over here?
Which fucking Godfather? You talking about
Whoa!
Godfather 1, Godfather 2, or Godfather Part 3?
I only have ever seen 3 because I don't want to fucking look at the other ones.
I only like movies that Marty makes. Marty's a friend, and I only like movies that Marty makes.
They're all doing it at me.
Marty.
Santa, I think it's your turn to.
Okay, here's my New York accent.
New York's a beautiful town, all right, and I love it. But when I was there in the summer of 1977, I found myself a little lost. Was it the theaters being torn down around me? Was it the performers on the street corners? No. It was myself. I was not myself.
What'd you guys think of that?
You sounded honestly pretty much like Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
Marty Scorsese.
Cool.
Hey, what's this podcast opinion on Billy de Blasio?
Oh, whoa!
Hey, don't fucking go there.
Do you
Yeah,
want me
don't
to
go to
check
Joe.
the naughty and
Yo,
nice
so I
list?
didn't mean to go in
Hey,
the
why don't you
Blasio,
why don't
eh?
you fucking pull up a seat at the table? We'll have a nice gravy. Your mother cooked all day.
A most dangerous year.
All right.
Garlic knots.
All right. It seems like
All right.
we can all do a New York accent
All right.
pretty
Well,
well.
how about this? We'll drop a little New York slang in here.
Yeah, we'll do a little bit of a New
Millie
York.
Rock.
We'll do a little bit of a New York accent while we talk about how the alcohols have touched our hats.
All right.
Facts, B.
All right, so we're gonna
Bad
go.
facts, B.
We're gonna go with Anthony first, Joe, Stu, and then not Stu. Jesus, Santa.
Santa
Stu's not
Claus.
here. Santa's here. Oh.
Hey, I'm gonna pour myself a little more of this Mogan David over here.
Yeah, right.
Good.
Joe, you want to start out with the touch segment? How did these two wines, touch your hat?
You know, the Morgan Davis, personally, made me feel, I don't know, like I was on a Welch's vineyard or something. It was very thick. It didn't feel like alcohol. It felt like something I might drink on New Year's Eve as a young chap before I could drink alcohol.
Of course.
However, Dr. Frank made me feel a bit like I was in some kind of desert wasteland.
Sure.
It was not comforting at all.
It's like I imagine if there were a large desert in the middle of Germany. That's where I'm gonna get. That's the Rhineland. That's where I'm gonna get my
Rhine.
Riesling grapes, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what that Dr. Franks did to me. It made my desert a wasteland. It made my stomach a wasteland.
Dr. Frank was more of a trip to the doctor.
Exactly. Anthony, what did you think?
Honestly, I didn't know what I was gonna think of either of these, and maybe we should have gotten like a like a nice bottle of Old English,
Yeah.
something like that. That the people drink in New York, maybe like a Bud Light. That's what a lot of people drink at them parties over there.
Cool.
I heard they drink like there's like lots of like rapper drinks that are based in New York. You know what I'm talking
Okay, well, yeah, well, over here, I will say the Mogan David was surprising to me. I liked it a little bit more than I expected to. My pops used to make it sound like my father made it sound like something really nasty, so I didn't really want it. I wasn't really looking forward to it. Dr. Constantine was a little hyped up for me, and I kind of found that I enjoyed the reverse of what I was expecting to over here. So I did like both. I liked both New York delicacies over here. If I had to buy another one again, I probably would pick the Constantine just because it felt a little classier. But the Mogan David certainly has a nice value to it as well.
All right, let's pass it over to Santa Claus.
Okay, so I guess, what is the Mogan David? It's a little too sweet for me. I can't see myself drinking that ever. It's fine. I want to go ahead and rank Dr. Constantine Frank on a scale of worst doctors in the world. And he's coming in at number 2, just below Dr. Conrad Murray, the man who killed the Prince of Pop. What do you guys think of that?
Where do you rank Santa? Where do you rank the Cecil the Lion Doctor?
Ah, boy. The dentist, you mean?
Yeah.
I put him just below Dr. Larry Nassar. These are all criminals.
Oh my fucking god!
What? I don't like any of them. They're all naughty.
We're just getting into waters that make me pretty uncomfortable.
You know,
Yeah.
who's the best doctor?
Who?
Dre.
Oh!
Hey, no, that I could fucking agree with. But he's over there on
Very
the West
cool.
Coast looking like a friggin' Joker.
Can we move on?
Yes, we can. So I don't remember if I gave my. Did I give my touch? I think
Sure.
I. All right.
You didn't
you
tell
didn't.
us
Oh,
how
you
touched your
didn't
heart.
tell us.
Why
All
don't you have
right.
a nice sip of this Mogan David and tell us how you feel?
All right. So I'm gonna take a nice sip of this Mogan David. First, Dr. Constantine Frank, you're doing a great job.
What?
Whatever kind of doctor practice you're doing over there, great job. Great grapes, great vineyard, great taste. All right, Mogan David, let's see how you do. Okay, you're a little bit sweet for me. I'm not gonna drink you while I'm eating anything. You're definitely a drink that I want to sit with all alone in my bedroom, getting fucked up. Okay, so
Tim,
He's painting a sad picture over here.
Yeah.
hey, what do you mean?
I'm gonna put my hand out, and if you want to hold it, you can.
Hey, why don't
Thanks.
you pass me that Mogan David over here? I was going to take another sip myself.
All right, so we're going to get out of the New York segment here, and we're going to go.
Right?
I don't know. Do we have any more? We don't have any more.
Wait a minute.
What?
Santa has a present for himself. Oh, ho, ho, ho,
This
ho.
fucking masturbatory.
You're so conceited. You know
What? Come on. Hey, we were having fun
I
a
want all the
second
children
ago.
to love me. That's who you really are. deep
All
down.
right, Santa. What did
Come
you?
on.
What did you bring for yourself?
I didn't bring this for myself. Well, it was for me alone, but then when I realized I was going to be hanging out with 3 young kids on Christmas morning drinking liquor, I thought, hey, you know what? I'll give it to all of them. So I have brought for you, obviously, a bottle of peppermint schnapps.
Oh my god, what the fuck? What the fuck, man?
The official liquor of the North Pole.
No way.
All
I
right.
really don't want to drink that.
Yeah, you don't want to drink it straight, I bet.
Anthony, It's Christmas morning, and this is the only time of year we have to do this, okay?
I'm not
No!
a peppermint guy.
Wait! Hold on! You don't have to drink it straight, because I also brought with me 4 piping hot cups of cocoa!
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Now that'll get on board for.
Maybe this guy's
Joe,
not as-
why don't you tell me what the bottle looks like while I prepare the cups?
It's a nice plastic bottle, perhaps one you might recognize on a curbside, discarded on a Monday afternoon. It says liqueur du Boucher. I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Yes!
Thank you, Santa. Peppermint schnapps. It has a picture of 2 peppermints melting in a kind of appealing, aesthetically appealing way, which I think is important.
So Santa has just taken the peppermint schnapps bottle out of Joe's hand, and he's pouring that. Is this hot chocolate?
It's piping hot chocolate!
Okay, so he's pouring the peppermint schnapps into the piping hot chocolate. Guys, let me check in with you guys. How are you guys doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. I really didn't need to go hard on that Malort early on.
Right,
I didn't need to
nor did
double
I.
down. And I also kind of doubled down on the wine. So I'm in a good place right now.
I mean, you killed the beer too, which was insane.
Oh man, yeah,
I'm still-
this has been a fun time.
I'm still working on mine. Okay, so we just got past the hot chocolate with the peppermint schnapps.
Ow!
It is a
What?
little bit hot.
Yeah, it's
fingers.
hot. What, does this guy have a history of burning himself on things that are obviously hot?
No.
I wouldn't know.
Santa, how realistic was the portrayal of you in the Polar Express? Speaking of hot
Oh
chocolate.
boy, talk about a hack job. Who was that homeless guy on top of the train? No homeless folks in the North Pole.
All right, so let's get a move on this like as soon as fucking possible.
Hold on! Let's smell it, huh?
Okay. All right. We're
Oh
sticking our
man, I can
sniffers in
smell that dubachet.
I probably put too much in every cup.
there. Honestly, I don't mind. It smells like pepperminty chocolate.
Peppermint and cocoa.
How much did you put in here?
Enough!
It seems like a strong amount.
Look, I came in here thinking you were a narc, and if you don't drink this cocoa, it's gonna just be confirmed for me.
Well, the next segment that we have to get through is tasting the bad boy. So let's taste this bad boy already.
Let's do this.
Sip, sip, sipperoo, happy holidays to me and you.
Honestly, that is delightful.
Yes.
Whoa, that's really good!
That's really
That's-
good.
That's fucking delightful. Camden, you gotta have one.
Can you hand this glass to Camden, your producer and good friend of Stuart Highcar?
That's undeniably delicious. Like that is a treat.
yeah.
That's a real holiday treat.
I'm glad you all enjoy it.
For the listeners, do you want to tell us what you did?
What I did, all right. So when I got into your house this morning, I was putting presents under the tree, and I thought to myself, I bet this family's dumb enough to have powdered cocoa. So I looked in all the cabinets, and there I found a Trader Joe's bag of organic powdered cocoa mix. I boiled a big thing of water and placed in 4 packets for the 3 boys and myself, whom I knew would be drinking it. And then I put in a lot of peppermint schnapps.
That is so good. I was
Thanks.
worried you were gonna maybe pull like Rumpelmints or something.
No, I'm not a fucking idiot.
I would also like to say that you established that the plural of Trader Joe is Trader's Joe.
Yes, what, do you have a problem with that?
This is delicious, Santa, and it makes up for a lot of harm you've caused me over the past.
What,
few
is
minutes.
this about the Switch? Well, guess what
Hey,
I have
hey.
in my bag, Joseph?
No. Santa, no. Oh my god.
It's a PS3, lightly used.
Okay. Santa, this is a step.
Say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And you know what? This is a step in the right direction.
Sick.
You sound like Don Pardo, Santa. You sound like Don Pardo.
Musical guest, Peppermint Schnapps.
R.I.P.
Yeah, I've been told that before.
Rest in peace, Don Pardo.
So,
Okay.
Santa.
how does this cocoa touch you,
and rest
boys?
in peace, Jimmy Pardo, in playing games, because this podcast is topping the charts.
All right, so before we get into the touch segment, I think we have to do a little bit of a North Pole accent. So,
Oh, that's right. Okay, do you boys want to hear me speak in North Polese?
so it looks like Santa's bringing up his iPhone, which
No,
is
I'm
interesting.
not. This is coming from my mouth.
The North Police. Thank you.
North Police, get into it.
Now, that's just some small bells, but...
Is
hold
Santa
up.
about to rap right now?
Sorry, that was a button that was called Elf's Laughing. Look, if you guys really want to hear a North Pole accent, maybe I should do this. Bok, 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 bok.
No way is that a North fucking
don't-
Pole
I
accent.
don't buy it for
You
a
think
second.
the penguins are only at the South Pole, Joe? Let me take that PS3 back from
No!
you.
Santa, please! Oh my god.
He hit me in the face.
Santa, I will play The Last of Us.
He struck me.
What does a North Polean sound like? Come
There
on.
are no North Poleans. It's me, Thomas sometimes when he comes to visit and stay for a weekend, and Mrs. Claus.
Well, why don't we all do our best Santa impression?
An
Yeah.
impression
Oh.
of moi?
Joe, do you want to go first?
I'll say things that are problematic all the time.
Okay. Hey!
That got Jamaican.
Yeah, I agree. Who's the racist here? Anthony, can you do what's my name? Santa accent?
I'm gonna
What's my
do the version of you I always pictured when I was a child, instead of this shell of a man that I see before me.
I have a drinking problem.
We've established that.
Ho, 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 ho.
All right.
Oh ho ho! Merry Christmas!
Whoa.
Sounds pretty corporate.
That was really good, Anthony.
That was fine, but I have a feeling that little Timothy Ferrari will find a way to blow you both out of the water.
Ho, ho, ho. I have an alcohol problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's all right if I
This
joke
really
about
just
it.
sounds like a recorded confession. Like we all, we're all not coming off well.
Is there a one-man North Pole AA chapter?
Yes, and it's me sitting with my feet in the water, crying. Anyway, did this little peppermint cocoa schnapps thing I made you guys touch you at all, Joe?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Santa. You've done a lot of harm tonight, but at the same time, you have truly made me feel comfortable with this peppermint schnapps. I feel like it's a hug from, I don't know, like a snowman.
Anthony?
It really did touch me. I've never had this particular mix before, and wow, what a holiday treat. That is going to become something that I try out all throughout the holiday season. That is a delight. It's very Christmassy and very sweet and not alcoholic, strongly alcoholic, at least per taste. So I really enjoyed it. I would probably say that was my favorite drink that we had tonight.
I'm so glad that I could affect you like that. But Tim, little Tim, tell me, did my peppermint cocoa schnapps help you?
I'm gonna take this one back a little bit. Before I had ever tasted a drop of alcohol in my entire life. So, Santa, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I've been a skeptic of you since I was probably about 5 years old.
Who did you think brought you those great waffle iron shirts?
My parents, for sure.
Cool.
And they did. And I know that they have brought me presents for the past, I don't know, basically 24 years. And it's not you that's doing it.
Tim, you're so strong right now.
Thank you, Joe.
You're so
strong. I really am.
Why
And-
are all three of you holding hands?
Because Santa, we're so worried about you.
About me?
Santa,
We love you.
this isn't a
What is this?
this isn't a coincidence that you just happened to meet us in our house on Christmas morning.
What is this?
Kids in the smartphone era don't believe in you.
Anthony, no!
And we have to prove that you're real. And we can't prove that you're real. And you're really yourself.
Yeah?
I want
Until
you to take back the curtain, Santa.
take back the curtain and tell you guys all about the mistakes I've made in the last, 100 years I've been alive?
No, Santa, we just want you to take back the
I
curtain.
murdered Natalie Wood.
Really happy you went there, man. That was worth it. That paid off hard. Everybody's laughing at home, I'm sure.
All right, so...
All right, okay, let's finish the...
Yeah, so Santa, we really, really appreciate you coming and taking an hour out of your time on Christmas morning to talk to us three boys. It really means a lot. We shared some drinks, we shared some laughs, and I think it's time for you to go back to the North Pole.
Oh, absolutely. I'm hella late. I gotta deliver presents to Switzerland.
All right, Santa, so get out of here, I guess.
Okay. Goodbye, everyone.
Wait, before you
What?
go,
Yeah.
I believe we established that you were going to bust a freestyle rap for us.
Oh, okay. Here, hold on.
That's true.
What's up? Santa on the mic. Here we go. I live in the North Pole. Huh, huh, huh. I do what I want. Ho, huh, 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 ho, ho, ho. This was thing I say. I can do what I want at the end of the day. Christmas Day.
And just like that, he's gone.
I
Wow.
deeply regret pushing for that.
He just levitated up the chimney, Hereditary style.
Yeah, that was honestly one of the craziest things I had ever fucking seen.
Is anyone else sweaty or is it just me? I'm sweaty.
I've been crying for like the past hour.
I don't think I'm sweaty. I'm just like I'm super fucked up.
Oh man.
Well, that was a fantastic episode, Joe. Thank you for coming over.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for having me on Christmas morning. You know it's always a tough time for me, and the fact that you let me sleep under Anthony's bed was really nice of you.
Do you? This is part of our regular segments, but do you have anything to plug?
Yeah, like the pages 45 Kings and St. Andrew's Boys Choir on Facebook, please.
They're both Chicago improv troops. 45 Kings are something that Anthony, myself, and Stu were a part of formerly, and St. Andrew's Boys Choir is a hilarious sketch group that regularly performs at the Crowd in Chicago. Excuse me.
You're excused.
Joe, I want to say this with absolute earnestness. I don't want you to misconstrue this. You're doing a great job of carrying on the legacy of the 45 Kings, and truly, you know, it was a hard team to leave because it was such a welcoming and warm environment. It taught me so much about myself. It helped me grow in so many ways. It helped me connect with some of the best friends I've ever made, like my co-hosts Tim and Stu. And I just want to say I never got the courage, or I never got the chance to play with you, but. You really, we couldn't have left it in better hands. And I know that kind of sounds douchey to remark on, but I'm not trying to jerk off my legacy. It's a team that's carried on for so much time, and you're doing a hell of a job, man. And you are genuinely hysterical. So I look forward to seeing you play more in the future.
Anthony, I love you. Thank you for saying that. We'll play together soon.
I hope so, because we do look strikingly
Yes.
similar.
For those of you who have never seen us, I look like Anthony's stunt double.
And similarly to me, you know, not to jerk you off too much, but yes, Joe, like I'm very, very happy to know you, and like you are one of the funniest people that I know.
Tim, I love you, buddy.
All right, so on behalf of the Statesmen, I'm your elder statesman, Tim Ferrari, along with my junior statesman, Anthony Rossi, and Stuart Highcar is not in the studio today,
Might
but
never be welcomed back.
happy stating.
Oh, hey, are you guys recording a podcast? What's going on?
All
right.
Stu, take a shot of Malort, Stu. You haven't done any alcohol tonight. Have a shot.
All right, goodbye.